Hello Cancer, welcome to your bonus reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. If you're watching this reading was meant to find you. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Cancer, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. 5 of Pentacles. You are a problem solver. You're somebody that likes to have something to do. You like to feel useful, you know. We kind of, we perform very well under pressure, I think is what's going on with you. I think that you have kind of a laundry list of things in your life that you want to accomplish. Maybe some small-term, day-to-day stuff. I think you have some long-term stuff too. I wonder if this card is really suggesting that right now, and let's say for the rest of October, focus on those little things that you can get done. It's kind of like when you're taking a quiz, and it's or a big test, you know. And it might be a good idea to just answer the questions that you know the answer to. And then you can circle back around to those trouble areas that are more complicated, that are going to take longer for you to figure out. This is kind of saying, let's answer all the easy questions first, right? Let's put this card into some context. Let's see what's going on with you and what kind of energy is coming around here. You got a 5 of Cups too. A 5 and a 5, interesting. We've got a High Priestess and another 5. Okay, a lot of changes taking place now. Mental, emotional, physical. There's movement. A lot of movement here. And we've got the, wow. We've got the Universe and the High Priestess and the Art or Temperance card. You are moving toward, you're moving toward a life that is going to be more satisfying to you. I wonder if this is kind of saying, maybe life has been too easy. Maybe you haven't been challenging yourself enough. Yeah. We're going to do the rest of our spread here, but if there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Okay? I think that you've been dissatisfied with things that just haven't been, they haven't been as satisfying as you thought. They haven't been as rewarding. Maybe that means they've been too easy. Maybe that means you just aren't so interested in doing them. I feel like you've been sort of thinking about changing things up. You've been thinking about doing things a lot differently. And maybe the Art or Temperance card here is really you thinking, I need to go do something big. I need to go do something that's gonna take more effort, but hopefully, as we'll see, going to lead to much more reward. We've got the Death card. We've got the, oh yeah, there it is. You see, there it is. We got the Empress. We've got the 8 of Swords that makes sense. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, you're looking at a future that is much more rewarding. It doesn't mean that it's been too easy. Okay? Maybe that's not the case. Maybe the 5 and the 5 and the 5. Right? Change, change, and change. Maybe this is all trying to say that it hasn't been too easy. Necessarily. I mean, I don't think that's a factor really, whether it's, I don't think the amount of effort is the issue. It's not a fire card. It's not a 5 of Wands, right? It's kind of saying that the work that you're doing isn't doing it for you. The work that you do is not doing the work for you. You know, it's not satisfying. It doesn't feel good. Okay? And it's leading you to this thought of, I need to do something different. Maybe, you know, the effort was whatever. Maybe it's the actual tasks that you're performing don't bring you any kind of satisfaction. The goals that you have, maybe this is about that laundry list. We're checking things off our list, but maybe it's just like, I don't care about that, I don't care about that, I don't care about that, I don't care about that. Maybe we've been answering too many of the easy questions, and now it's time to really tackle that difficult question. Moving toward this Art or Temperance card is saying, I'm putting myself in the pressure cooker. I'm ready to do something big. I'm ready to do something for which the reward will be astronomical, right? We got an Empress energy in the environment, right? This is the effort that this is the pressure cooker environment, and this is what you're cooking, right? And this is, I think, a transformative experience. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to put it right here with our big red ant. That's a new friend that my daughter gave us last night. If you want to help me name the big red ant, please put your suggestions down in the comments. If you think you know what that card is, put your prediction down in the comments too. All right. Let's use our intuition. All right. Let's look around the room, because your intuition is here. Your intuition needs to come up a little bit, though. It's down beneath the surface. You've got to bring that thing front and center. Because I think you trying to reason yourself into something is leading to an Eight of Swords. We're thinking about it too much. We're not going to end up doing anything. Because you know what else I notice here? There's no fire at all. We've got major, 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 major. Guess how many majors? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 major arcana cards. 5, 5, and 5. 5 is your lucky number. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. All the way down the line, it's all 5s, right? It's all about change. It's all about transforming your life into a life that is amazing, into a life that is more satisfying. However good your life may be now, triple it, or quintuple it, right? It's going to get so much more amazing, okay? But trying to think it through rationally by mentalizing it is not the answer, because that's going to lead us to our Eight of Swords. And we don't want the Eight of Swords. So I think that you're trying to be thoughtful, figure out a plan, figure out what's going to feel good, figure out what you need to do in your life, what changes you need to make in the physical environment to create the corresponding changes in your emotions, right? And so that's what we're doing here with the 5s. We're trying to think of ways that we can change our behaviors and change our feelings. We want to feel better. We want a life that's more satisfying. We want a life that's more amazing. We have to do amazing things in our behavior. We have to behave in amazing ways, right? We have to do amazing things. We have to try to tackle those amazing problems. And that's very logical. So let's think of ways that we can do that. But what we realize is that too much of that thinking and planning is going to tie us in a knot. We're going to bind our own hands, and we're not going to really do anything. So what we have to do is use our intuition. And if we feel the intuition calling us, if we feel the Empress calling us to a better life, to a new way of doing things, to bigger, bolder, better, more intense situations, a higher aspirations, maybe we've got to move the bar way higher. Maybe we've got to stop shooting at the moon and really just shoot up at the stars. Give it everything we've got, right? Well, that's what we see here with we got the universe card right up here. You got to think bigger. We've got to remove our own maybe mental limitations. The mind only has so many things it can think about, and the mind is sort of bound by habit, bound by this need for explanation, by a need for causal connections and reason and rationality and all that nonsense, right? The intuition is showing us a larger universe. The imagination is showing you what's really possible, not the limited thinking that all human beings are sort of prone to, but really using your intuition, using your imagination to see what kind of empress life. This is the Big Rock Candy Mountain. This is where, all the rivers are lemonade and there are, candy apples hanging from the trees. Is that Candyland or the Big Rock Candy? Whatever it is. It sort of defies logic, right? Well, there's no way the river could be lemonade, right? Or whatever you prefer, iced tea or something. So we have to sort of trust in that imagination. We have to use our intuition to think outside of the rational mind, to perceive, to experience outside the rational mind. It's not easy to do. You can't think outside the mind, because that's thinking, that's the mind, right? So we have to transcend that limitation. And we open ourselves up to these greater possibilities that maybe we never thought were for us. Maybe it's something we never even conceived of. We're going to trust this intuition within us. So, transforming our lives. We're creating a world, creating a warm, comfortable, successful, loving, connected, peaceful, abundant world full of pleasure and beauty and just, it's the best. This is paradise, okay? And I think that the rest of October is you making these changes, and maybe it's small changes a little bit at a time. Maybe it really is focusing on what kind of small things we can change in our behavior to lead us toward this bigger aspiration, bigger effort, and bigger result, bigger reward. Because sometimes the death card is that slow, gradual change, right? Even though it's kind of like saying we need to think bigger, we need to think, we need to be open to this larger possibility. Maybe the road to get there is in small steps. It's not one giant leap from here to paradise, right? We want to shoot at the stars. We want to set the bar really, really high. And then we got to work step by step to get there, you see. And so I think that is having these huge, unbelievably great goals and then understanding how to get there piece by piece by piece, step by step. Yeah. So anyway, we have no fire. We've got water here, only here. And this is saying, you get out of it what you put into it, right? I'm not feeling all that great about life. Well, it means I need to change some things about it, right? Because it's a match. We have three of a kind here. Your thinking and your feeling reflect your behavior. Your behavior reflects your feelings, your thoughts. Your thoughts influence your feelings and behavior. They're all connected, right? In fact, what we have here is a 3, right? We got a 3 of wands, or a 3 of cups, or a 3 of swords, or 3 of pentacles. At least they're in harmony. At least they're all working together, even though you're putting in all this thought and feeling and behavior into something that's not as satisfying as it could be, right? So we need to change our thinking, change our behavior, and we change our heart. We change our level of satisfaction. We change sorrow into joy. We change, water into wine kind of thing. Just a little bit of water. Yeah. We've got air in these places here. And of course, we have our 2 earth cards. And the earth cards, I think, are important, especially when we are looking at the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles looks into the future. And at the end of the day here, you're looking in the future and you're thinking, I got that really big goal ahead of me. And the other earth card, the 5 of Pentacles, is knowing that we have to go step by step by step by step by step. That everything is connected right? All of our steps, all of our efforts, every action we take, every step we take is leading us to that future that we want. So the Knight of Pentacles understands karma. Every thought and word and deed, right, is creating your future. So we might as well go after the big one. We might as well go after just the beyond imagination. Your wildest dream. What is that wildest dream of yours? You're headed toward a pressure cooker. But that's the pressure cooker that's going to create the diamond. That's the pressure cooker that is going to refine you into who you want to be, where you want to be, and what you want to be doing. Big time. Let's think big. You know? Let's think big. Anyway, the Five of Cups, it's a feeling of dissatisfaction. I think this is saying that, you could keep doing the same thing that you've been doing, but you'll keep feeling the same way you've been feeling. So it makes sense that if we want to change how we feel, we want to, let's say, feel better. Let's say we want a Six of Cups. I kind of feel like the mystery card will be a 6, right? Don't you? If we want to feel better, we have to do something different. Something needs to change. We can't just sort of change how we feel and then change the behavior. It's almost like the body is the fundamental. The body is the base. We change the body, we start doing something different in our physical movements, we're going to feel better mentally and emotionally. Maybe this is that simple. Maybe it's kind of saying that, look, with the Five of Pentacles, we got to start moving our body more. Intentional movement. You have a heavy heart right now. Let's do some intentional movement. Yeah. Within limits, ask your doctor, that sort of thing. But move your body. Understand what your body feels. What's your body telling you? Our bodies, our physical bodies, it's kind of the first knowledge body that we have. Because it is the first sort of contact we have with the external world, with the environment we're in, through our senses, And then, of course, our heart and mind sort of are busy analyzing what the body is bringing in. If we're not so aware of what the body's bringing in, we're not going to know why we think and feel the way we do if we're cut off from the body. Maybe this is a message of really, really intense body awareness. It's a cascading effect. Right? And of course, we can look at the pressure cooker in many different ways. If you're in a situation that is not satisfying, the body's going to feel a certain way. The heart and the mind are going to react in a certain way and sort of, have certain sort of qualitative data. But if we're cut off from the body, then the heart and the mind don't know why they're in such distress. They have no connection with the pressure cooker environment. They don't know where you are. Do you see what I'm saying? So we need the body awareness to connect us with, and maybe in this case, maybe this is the pressure cooker. Maybe this is saying, hey, your environment right now, what your physical body is in touch with, is causing some distress in you. Maybe we want to then replace that with the Empress. Maybe we want to put our bodies in touch with things that bring it joy, that feel good, that are positive, that are healthy, that are, more satisfying. So we could look at the pressure cooker in that way and just saying, hey, look, you know what? You don't need to be in the fire anymore. You need to be in the love. You need to take care of yourself. Your body has to be aware of what it needs. And that's going to have a trickle up effect, right? It's going to affect your heart. It's going to affect your mind. Your thinking and feeling are going to improve. They're going to have some understanding, at least, of why things are the way they are. What your physical body is in contact with. If we are not aware of this, and there is a disconnect, then there's really no solution. Then the mind and the heart are going to find other ways to sort of compensate for that. To try to, was like, well, we don't know what's going on, so we just got to come up with our own plan, where the body's thinking, the body almost feels like an outcast, that it's left here in this pressure cooker. The heart and the mind are off doing their own thing. No, we need the connection. We need all three of these bodies to be connected with our spiritual body, right? With the world itself, with the universe itself, right? And so the pressure cooker really is, the understanding of what effect your environment, your physical environment, has on your entire being, okay? And I think we're trying to then understand why we're in the pressure cooker. What is this environment for you? Is this really like a really difficult situation at work? Is this a difficult kind of situation at home? Are you in any kind of physical pain or any kind of physical distress? What is going on with your physical body? How are you sitting right now as you listen to this reading? Are you comfortable? No? Why not? If you are comfortable, good. We're one step closer to replacing that with this Empress card. Okay. And now there's always the awareness that sometimes we need the pressure cooker. Sometimes we need to go to the gym, and we need to use our bodies, and we need to be in this somewhat harsh environment, where there's a lot of heavy weight to lift for some reason, right? Because it's good for our bodies. It strengthens our bodies. If we're connected with that, our heart and our mind are being exercised too. Okay? So when you're at the gym, and when I go to the gym, I haven't been to the gym in a while, I'll admit, but when I used to go to the gym, I didn't like listening to music or wearing headphones or distracting myself with a podcast or anything like that. Now, the only acceptable thing is YouTube and watching Dove and Serpent Tarot, but I didn't want music or anything because I wanted to feel the bar in my hand. I wanted to feel the strain of my muscles. I wanted to also be aware if I felt any kind of pain or something somewhere, if I was in any kind of distress. Now, lifting the heavy weight is one thing, but then if you feel pain somewhere, you got to stop. Sometimes we don't pay attention to that. So maybe life is really alternating between pressure cooker and paradise. Pressure cooker and paradise. Okay? That you're working the body out and then you're getting the massage afterwards. Okay? I think you understand that sometimes you have to put yourself in the pressure cooker if you want to get that Empress energy, on the other side of it. So I think there's been a dissatisfaction there's been a disconnect with your physical life, your physical world. Okay? And the Five of Swords, I think, it's sort of in the past, right? And it's almost as if, we've tried to figure this out, and it's almost a feeling that we just kind of said, you know what, I've resigned myself to not knowing. That I agree to disagree with myself. Or I just, I don't know, it's almost as if we can't figure it out, and I'm done trying to figure out why I can't figure it out. It's just there's this background static. There's this background confusion. Like snow on a TV. I don't know if maybe you're too young to remember snow on a TV. The interference. Sometimes you're watching TV and it's just kind of a snowy picture and you just get used to it. You say, I can't fix it. I don't know. I'm just going to watch it how it is. So when we feel that there's some sort of discomfort or dis-ease in our life, something doesn't feel right, mentally, emotionally, physically, we can't tell. I don't know. It's always been like that. I don't know. And it's like your friend will come in and be like, what's wrong with your TV? I don't know. It's always been like that. Just some static. It's just some snow. Okay? Your intuition is trying to tell you not only what is causing you any kind of distress or discomfort right now, but what kind of future you can really have. It doesn't have to always be like this. These are the cards of change. Remember, the 5 is all about change. Change your mind, change your heart, change your body. Change your behavior, change your feelings, change your thinking. Okay? It's all about change. And the change is really following your intuition, realizing that there are no boundaries, there are no limits, that if you're in a pressure cooker, this pressure cooker is creating a diamond, right? This pressure cooker is creating your very best life, your paradise. Otherwise, why are you in here? Why are you in the pressure cooker if it's just causing disruption and disorder and confusion and pain, physical, You're putting in work. Why? What's the reason? Okay, what are you creating? I think the rest of October is going to be very amazing for you. I think you're going to have intentional thinking, intentional action, movement, and it's going to lead to an increase of satisfaction and love and joy. Joy for you. A real Empress, deep, foundational, fundamental, visceral joy. The first place you're going to feel joy is in your body. Okay, go have ice cream. Sit down on the couch, kick your feet up. Find the most comfortable position you can, right? And then watch something very, pleasurable. Watch something very joyful on YouTube. Maybe one of my readings, Read something read something just for enjoyment. Okay? Maybe there's no fire energy here because Spirit's saying, okay, pressure cooker, it's there, right? Don't worry about having all of this intention in everything that you do. I know we're talking intentional movement and things like that, but, let's bring some joy to the body. Not everything has to be grueling and intense. Maybe we do need to replace the pressure cooker of the Art or Temperance card with the Empress, okay? And it's called the Temperance card. It's kind of a card of not so much avoiding extremes, but understanding how we fluctuate between the extremes, okay? And when we start getting too close to one side, we got to start swinging back toward the other side. When you've been swinging too far into the pressure cooker, you got to swing a little bit more toward joy, pleasure. Hard work, pleasure. The maximum effort, maximum reward. Yeah. So maybe the next few days, the rest of the month, maybe we're trying to experience a little bit more joy. Understand where we're going to be taking our lives. Now, the Universe card, possibilities are endless. Maybe there's this idea really with the Universe card that life has been this way for a long time and you've sort of given up. Like, there's always been snow on the TV. I don't know why. There's always this background discomfort, background dissatisfaction, background aches and pains, a general malaise. Okay? It feels always, as long as I can remember, it's always been that way. Your intuition, that High Priestess, is showing you the way to lift these boundaries from yourself. And now with the High Priestess, it is your intuition, okay? But the High Priestess is card number 2, okay, of the tarot. The Empress is card number 3. The Empress is showing you the way, or the High Priestess is showing you the way to the Empress, saying, follow me. I will show you how to get to the Big Rock Candy Mountain. And maybe you have to go through the fire. Right? Maybe you have to think really, really big. Don't limit yourself, right? You have to believe that there is a bigger, more amazing world out there for you. Go through the fire. Let me show you the way. Right? That's what the High Priestess does. Shows you the way. There is this need for trust. Now, as we talk about the path of the serpent, we've got that death card, shedding of our skin, getting rid of energy that no longer serves us, figuring out what the cause of all this snow is, and getting rid of anything we can get rid of, and taking on new behaviors, new thoughts, right? New efforts that will help us to gradually build this exponentially more amazing life, one step at a time, right? And it's sort of like that universe card, it's infinite. There's no limit to how great life can be. There's no limit to how much joy you can have, right? But we've got to refine ourselves. You know, the greater the trial, the greater the triumph, for one. But the stronger we are, the more we refine ourselves in those pressure cooker environments, the more we build a capacity for joy. You take a ceramic, you make something out of clay or whatever, right? You know, we can make it as big as we want. It's going to take more time in the fire for it to really get strong. But then you can fill it up with more stuff. You can fill it up with more joy, more of the water energy, right? So you can build as big a cup as you want. It's not an overnight thing, okay? And it has to be done step by step. It has to start with us realizing how our body feels. Get back in touch with the body. What do we need to do physically to start feeling better? So our physical body can feel better. The mind and the heart are going to follow, okay? In some ways, the mind has to be that reinforcing sort of positive affirmations. Let's keep going. We can do it one step at a time. It has to be, you know, your cheerleader. You've got to be your own cheerleader, right? We can transform our lives, and there is no limit. There is no boundary around you. There is no fate that's saying, this is what you get. And that's it. Once you reach the edge, that's it. There's no growing past this. No, the universe shows us that we can push the boundaries. We get close to the edge, all we got to do is give it a little shove, and it grows a little bit more. Okay? And the Empress card is, well, I mean, that is the paradise. That is the joy. That is the beauty, the love, the satisfaction that we're after. It's in the position of your environment. So I think you're trying to have, you're trying to work really, really hard. But then in situations like, let's say this is work. This is your daily toil. When you get home, you don't want toil again here. No, you want to come home and have healing. You want to have rest. You want to have love. You want to have connection. You want to have relaxation. You have to exercise hard, and then you have to recover, right? Work hard, play hard kind of thing too. You don't want there to be discord in your environment. You want a home environment that is home. It's healing. It feels good. It's joy. You've worked hard all day. You want to go home and have pleasure, right? You want to eat a healthy meal. You want to take care of your body. It's self-care. It's self-love. It's surrounding yourself with things that make you feel joyful, especially when you've had a pressure cooker of a day. Yeah? So make sure you have that. This is the card in your environment. Check your environment. Check your environment for toxins, right? For things that are not making you healthier. People, places, things, relationships, habits that you might have. You know, maybe you don't allow yourself very much relaxation. Maybe you don't treat yourself or pamper yourself or take care of yourself the way you really deserve to. Just check it. Okay, check it. The Eight of Swords is in the position of what we don't want. Yeah, we don't want to overthink it. We just want to do. We want to follow the instinct, the intuition, follow what Spirit is showing us. And when we have these really, when we start to have the awareness of this truly exponentially amazing life, then we just start following the path. And it's a pressure cooker some days, it's an empress some other days. We know that we're building up this world. We're making these positive changes. We are evolving and growing. Okay? We don't want to overthink it. Because trying to overthink it is going to just cause more static. It's like we don't want to mess with the rabbit ears, because that's just going to make more snow. I don't know if you've ever had rabbit ears on your TV. I have. That's how old I am. The more you mess with it, the worse it gets. So the idea is just to figure out something else. Right? We just keep tinkering with it. It's not getting any better. It's wasting our time when we could be doing something to really fix the problem. Maybe the problem isn't even in the rabbit ears, right? Maybe it's just in some connection in the back of the TV. You know, it had those little prongs and the screws. Maybe something's coming loose, you know. The Knight of Pentacles at the end here is you seeing the future. And I think it's encouraging to know what your best life is, to know what is really truly out there for you, and that you've been taking steps to get there. Every once in a while, it's good to kind of pause and to look at the future and think, I'm getting closer. This is going really well, you know. That we can stop and appreciate the view from where we are and have the realization that, wow, this is a lot different than the view I had before. Every once in a while, we stop and we check in with the body. And we look at the future and we think, okay, I'm heading in the right direction still. Let's keep going. Okay? Well, let's look at the mystery card. I think this could be some very good water energy. I think maybe another Empress, right? I always like the Empress card. I think it might be, though, a prince, right? Or a king, as it would be called in the Rider-Waite-Smith. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments down below. Here we go. A Nine of Swords. We've been getting the Nine of Swords so much lately. The Nine of Swords, to me, the blanket on the bed is the Empress. There's something in your life that's preventing you from enjoying life, from being wrapped in the warm blanket of the Empress energy. Okay? There's something that's been preventing you from getting a good night's sleep. That's what we have to find out. That's what we have to identify, and we jettison that. Okay? This is the realization. This is, you know, it's never an easy card, but it's a very important realization that we have to wake up to the fact that maybe I haven't been feeling good. Maybe I haven't really been happy or satisfied or feeling very, very good about things. Maybe I have been just sort of in this general malaise. Okay, that's step one. Good. We've admitted that something isn't as good as it could be. So now we can start taking steps to get there, right? We want to have a good night's rest. We want to be wrapped in the warm love of the Empress blanket. Something's keeping us up. Something's preventing that, okay? So this is a very strong confirmation. We're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's a link down below. New readings for Cancer, Tuesday and Friday. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It is totally free, and it really does support the channel, and I appreciate that. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you, and I love you, and we're all in this together.